How about the Alabama Slammer, Day 2, Red Snapper? We are down here, I guess not really down. We are west of here in Alabama. Second day of the road trip. We're going out for red snapper again. This time we're going a little bit farther to a different area. And of course, before we get started, why don't we hear Drew's motivational speech.
So I gotta get my speech?
I didn't know there was a speech.
Somebody serious with that?
Oh, there you go.
Alright. I gotta think about it quickly. Alright, are we ready? Alright, crew. Somewhere out there are dinosaurs. And if you believe that there are dinosaurs,
I believe.
then that means that somewhere out there, dinosaurs are believing in us.
Really?
Really. And if they believe in us, then we can believe in us. And if they can believe in us and we can believe in us, we might actually catch a fish.
Yeah.
Let's go get them.
Let's do this, guys. Come on, let's get the fish.
There's not really any dinosaurs out there. They died at the last ice age, but these people don't know that.
I thought you meant like a dinosaur of a fish. Like, we're gonna catch some dinosaurs today, guys. All right, new day. Got a new crew with us, new set of cousins. Well, not new to me. They've been my cousins for a while, but first time fishing with us this trip. We have, starting with Cousin Drew, Tammy, Ashley, Chandler, Kaylin, myself, my dad, and Kayla. Launch the boat, pick up the crew. It's actually a cool place you can buy bait from the boat. We don't really have that near the offshore ramps, the big boat ramps in Florida, so that was pretty cool. But we get it, we head out, start the day out beautiful, get to the spot, new area, looks good. We get out there and we anchor the boat, start fishing, and we're starting to catch fish immediately. Better fish than we got yesterday. I think being a little bit farther offshore really helps.
Reel, fish on. Fish overboard. It's a baby. Baby snapper. Baby snapper. Baby snapper. Fish on him. Yeah, fish on. And the winner is. There's a race to the top. And I'll see your fish. Michael Jackson glove. Does it again.
Drew's rig was actually doing really well. We brought a lot of dropper rigs, with bank sinkers, but he was using a sliding egg sinker rig. And that was doing really well on snapper. We actually switched over to that for some of our rigs.
Oh yeah, that's why I said I've been on boats for 8 hours and not.
Don't let me forget those guys. That wouldn't be the first.
Oh yeah. Forget what? Oh, Magnum Pump. We lost them looking on the highway. It was a good shot.
This went over.
I thought it was gonna land right back on Drew, but it didn't. Which would have been Drew. Would have been okay.
Yeah, we'll flip that gear and we'll make 10 turns. We're out here today, day 2. It's a nicer day. Catching some fish, marking good. Got a couple keepers.
We got fish on the line. You need to cut the interview short.
I always catch fish at the same time.
Yeah.
What is the
Clapboard. Where were we? Oh yeah, we're catching fish. So catching some snapper. Doing good. Tammy, why don't you jump in? We've got Tammy. We'll interview Tammy.
Hey, stop. We got fish.
Hey, I think I'm responsible for us catching fish when I try to narrate.
Just stretch the camera.
The fish bite.
Oh, this one looks bigger.
We got one fish of the day right
There we go.
Ashley's on fire.
Yeah, you were just keep talking and
Yeah.
Amazing if that worked.
and you still got your bait.
That's number two fish on that bait.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, take 8.
3.
Status update, we just caught a nice snapper.
So here we are catching fish.
Right? Anyways,
Alright.
where were we? Ah, dang it. Sorry. Ah, that probably might be a keeper too. I think that's a good one. Drew, what's the correct way to handle these snapper?
Gracefully.
Gracefully? I like it.
Gracefully. Yeah.
You like the glove?
I like the gloves. An ode to Michael Jackson.
Will you moonwalk later?
I might MC Hammer, but the moonwalk's definitely out.
You remember that time when we were kids?
Is that rope pull? What's that?
Oh man, excuse me. Yeah, the wind's picked up. It might have,
The wind picked up, imagine that.
It's funny, it started out nice and they were calling for it to be nice. The wind actually picked up and it got really windy and got choppy. Our anchor wasn't holding, so we tried a bigger anchor and that didn't work, and we ended up going to a double anchor. We put our spare anchor and our primary anchor on the same line and threw it down, and we finally were able to stick the boat. It's important to be able to hold in your spot. A lot of times on your first anchor, it's probably not going to be right because you don't know exactly what the current's doing compared to the wind and how it's going to affect your boat. Just anchor up, see what you drift, mark your drift, and then the second time it'll be easier. Hit your spot, hit that angle that you marked. You know, if it's 60 degrees, hit your spot and then just drive 60 degrees. I like to go plenty far. I can always let out more rope, but if I don't go far enough, the anchor won't catch.
Never ever.
Can't make that claim. Right? So what we'll do,
Is this really going to work?
it does on the river.
We're using whole dead pogies, a good big bait, 7/0 hooks, and our bottom rods mostly with braid with a mono leader. And we just started putting them down and catching fish. Seemed like the fish would kind of come and go. You know, we're on one spot, obviously anchored, and sometimes you'd be into them really good. It seemed funny sometimes people at the back were doing good and then the front would do good. But just keep at it. Just keep fishing.
That's a keeper.
The right direction. Say hello to the camera.
Oh yeah, he's 17.
Hey Jimmy, that sinker over there is tangled.
Nice.
I was about to say, I thought it was right, be right there at it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of these two different types of rigs, just a heads up between the, you know, the chicken rig or the dropper rig, bottom rig, whatever you call it, versus the sliding egg sinker rig. I got a video coming up where I go underwater and show you what those rigs look like in some really clear water. So just keep an eye out for that. The markings, I've got some screenshots of my depth recorder just so you know what to look for. And these red snapper, they have a kind of a, almost like a triangular mark, the way they mark. And a lot of times they'll be up high. Now they're not like a solid ball, that'd be bait. A big red thing on the bottom is the structure. And these fish were up high. Sometimes I could even see them when I look down, you know, they'll fluctuate. we put the Go Fish cam down, and that was really cool. I seen some really neat stuff. In fact, I was amazed by how many snapper we saw. Sometimes I would go too deep. You know, you're marking them high, and you got to watch for that. If you're marking them high, don't drop down to the bottom, or if you do, reel it up until you get those bites. It was pretty cool. You'd just see tons of snapper, and them guys would come up, and they'd be chewing and attacking your bait. It was really neat to see how those fish feed. I hope you guys get a lot out of that. Fish must be getting active. I just had a bite. Okay. And it is.
Is it a fish?
It's a red.
It looks pink.
Got a snapper. Double hookup. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna be first?
Yeah, baby.
You know, when you got a big group, you know, sometimes it's not about catching fish, it's about having your boat organized. You know, we spread out all the anglers, very front of the boat, a few at the back. It's actually easier when people go at the front of the boat because then, you know, the guy catching live bait at the back has easy access to the live well. So, you know, just try to spread your anglers out that way. Just keep going up and down, you know. Drop it down. We went through a lot of little ones. It's okay. Safely release them and then put them back down. You'll catch the good ones. You know, they'll come in and feed. I try to use a nice big bait to avoid the little ones. I think that helps. You know, big whole frozen pogey, make it hard for them to take off the hook.
Big and actually.
Yeah, it is.
Do they shut down on you?
This is a little 15. Yeah.
Camera still on?
The idea was the double anchor.
We didn't go anywhere, did we?
I see chain. Alright, we're not off the chain yet. Ready?
It was a good day fishing because we caught a bunch of fish.
Right.
We didn't necessarily catch the size of fish we wanted to catch.
No, but I mean, don't we always want just an absolute 100-pound red snapper?
State record's like 35 or 6, so I was
Exactly.
just kind of shooting for 20-ish.
You got to shoot bigger, Drew. 20 is nice, but I mean, think about this. You ever heard aim small, miss small?
I have.
So think about it. Aim for 100, you miss, you catch a 90-pounder. It's like, wow, I just blew the state water record out of the water.
The state water,
State water
State
out of
water
the
out
record.
of the
State
record.
water out
Okay.
of the record.
Oh, well, that's one way to do it.
I see why we struggled fishing. We can't even speak.
Well, sometimes it's easier to fish than speak, right?
See.
Well, good job, everyone. Y'all did well, I thought. We hung in there. We made it back.
We all made it back.
We all
Right.
made back.
Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. We're learning a lot. This is only our second time fishing in Alabama. It's really fun and exciting. Fun hanging out and fishing with family. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We got one more day of fishing, and this last day, spoiler alert, is going to be even better than the first two. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.